Wembley. And there may be more to the story, So on AEW Dynamite last week, they showed the CM Punk and Jungle Boy fight, and
Oh God.
happy slappy scuffle for 6 seconds, and then a slight bit of pointing. Lives were in fear of. But anyway, there may be more to the story. So a lot of people wrote in when we posted the video, and has been going on elsewhere, is that they're suggesting that by airing the security footage without the express written consent from everybody appearing in said CCTV footage, like CM Punk, maybe even Jack Perry, I don't know, could amount to a breach of privacy and data protection as dictated by UK law. So, Lex Loci Delicti, or I probably butchered that Latin.
What are you talking about?
Well, it means the law
Delecti.
You're thinking of delicatessen. Probably. It sounds like a delicious
word.
I
am. I'm hungry.
The law of the place in which a tort is committed. So essentially, the meaning of the location.
Okay, you're talking to mostly Americans on this end. A tort, I think most people would think about apple tart. A tort, that's what they would, the closest thing to it. But a tort is what? That's a legal term.
Just basically a law, I think. In which whatever it is. I don't think it works in that context, but basically that is. Meaning that the location of the crime dictates what laws are applied, so even though the footage was shown in the States and then distributed internationally, the footage was filmed in the UK and therefore subject to UK data protection laws. This means that Tony Khan may have possibly opened himself up to criminal prosecution in the UK and maybe even a civil suit from CM Punk in the future.
Okay, so what's the question?
What has Tony Khan just like... Of all the reasons, that all the bad ideas, this could be the worst. That when they come back to Wembley this year, he could be subject to arrest. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. You never know.
I don't get it. So what they're saying is everybody in that video needs to sign off on it, or therefore it's illegal. But in the U.S., that's not true. See, if you're would that be considered a public place when they're...
I think the thing is here that you can record, so like if, for whatever reason, if you can record somebody in public, that's legal. But then posting it publicly, let's say on YouTube, would then become illegal.
I don't get it. I think we need to have some roundabout way to get all these little terms and laws all condensed down and put into a little pamphlet. You get it, and it's about 4 pages, and what you can do and what you can't do. That's what I would do.
Like Chinese menu sized.
Yeah, exactly. And in Chinese.
Yeah. You're really thinking that because I sent you a message in Mongolian last night.
Yeah, you did. And what did I do?
I don't know what language you sent it me back because you were on the computer and my phone wouldn't translate it for me. So I had no idea what you said.
Well, some phones do it automatically. I just thought I'd tell you that.
With the Wembley thing, do you think CM Punk will actually sue Tony Khan?
Nah. Why would he sue him? That's just he'd have to sue him with the services of a lawyer free. Now, if he could do that, maybe. But I think he's about done with Tony Khan. Now, here's my next question, which is the same question I think a million other fans had. What was proven by showing this video? I don't think how silly it was, and nobody really got beat up. Even CM Punk said, I didn't beat him up. I choked him a little bit. I like that. I choked him.
He's been professional.
Yeah, I just choked him a little bit, but nothing was shown. And, to hear Tony tell it is like, oh my God, what would scare you so much about that? Because he was getting yelled at too?
So the story is that there was a second part of the video that wasn't shown where CM Punk comes back and yells at Tony or whatever. Apparently.
No, there is a second part to that where he leaves, and then seconds later he comes back again. That's the only time I think he came back.
Mm.
But and Tony Khan, by putting that out there, saying I was feared, he was afraid for his life. I'm thinking, come on, man, please. I mean, that might scare a 10-year-old kid, but you're a grown man and you own the place. And you got security around, and he couldn't have got close to you because people would have pulled him back. What would make that relevant enough for Tony Khan to say I was feared for my life? And to me, I listened to Tony a lot. Now, I really like him when he's in a scrum. I love when he's in scrums, and those eyes are wide open. And I'm thinking, I don't know how normal that behavior is. Those eyes are looking around.
Well, it's because he's always in fear for his life that he needs to have those big eyes to look for danger.
Hey, he's going to see this, and he's going to send you
with his massive eyes. He's going to see this with his massive eyes. Look.
And I've said before, I met him, a nice guy. Maybe I didn't scare him enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I've been thinking before, right? You know how you said, what was the worst T-shirt we agreed on? I think from that video from last week, Chris Hero's massive pink polo T-shirt that he was wearing, that was an outrageous piece of cloth he had draped upon his body.
Yep, that was it. I agree with you. I don't remember it, but I would agree with you.
You see, I play it out, but we'll get taken down for it. But so I'll move on. Tony Khan says he has zero regrets showing the footage. So he has zero regrets, and the Young Bucks were also talking to SportsIllustrated.com about if they had second thoughts on airing the footage. And here's the quote, and they're probably in character when they say it. As EVPs, we're given a task for that week by the boss, and we did it to the best of our ability. Zero regrets. And apparently Tony Khan agrees. And supposedly, internally, it's been said that Tony Khan has now moved on from the CM Punkins. I mean, he's moved on 8 months after the incident, after he gets the last word. I
wonder why. No, I think he got mad because Punk said some stuff, and he just got pissed off. Oh, I'll show him, by God, I'll show what really happened. And it was exactly as CM Punk said. So he gave his side he didn't care and put it out there. And he didn't really act all crazy like they were saying he was. And Samoa Joe coming in, he said, come on, man. Come on, Phil, stop. And he stopped. I don't know. That was blown way out of proportion.
Did you see Hook?
And did I see who?
Hook.
No, I didn't see him.
Sorry, because you'd miss him if you didn't see him. He was behind like a lighting thing, right? So he was actually right next to Samoa Joe the entire thing. And the funny thing is that for the entire minute, he doesn't move. He's just stood there, and he's just like the fight breaks out, or the scuffle breaks out, and he's like...
Well, he stayed in character, didn't he?
He stays in character.
That was great. That was great.
He puts his belt down on the floor nice and softly, and then he just strolls very, very slowly over, and then doesn't really do anything, then just walks back again.
Well, if you're not going to do anything, and he would probably he did what I'd probably do. I'd just stand back and watch it. And let me see how my safety was, or if it was going to come my way. And then I'd run. I'm a notorious chicken shit.